Hello and welcome back to Invincible Asia. I'm George Clark and today I get to check out the wonderful Postman Fights back, released on Blu-ray by Eddy Ko. Don't forget folks, before we go any further, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, like the video and all that jibber jabber, and thank you very much for supporting Invincible Asia. So here it is, the second Idiot Films release to come through my door today, featuring once again more stunning artwork from Sean Longmore. I am so excited because I really have a soft spot for this Ronny Yu classic. I first saw this movie, of course, when it was released by Hong Kong Legends. Way back when, of course, on DVD, as you can see here. Not particularly attractive, but a really nice cover, nice shots, but such a fun movie. It's an odd one for Chow Yun Fat as a co-star lead. Very much Leung Kar Yan's film. I believe it's very much Leung Kar Yan's film. But a wonderful cast in there. And again, yeah, this was the first time I saw it. And I really enjoyed it. And I went back to it over and over and over numerously. I haven't watched it probably in a good, Jesus, I would say 10 years if I'm being honest. So I'm so excited to see it now in full HD. I don't know if there's a restoration as such here, but I will go through that with you in a second. Let me get stuck into this, of course. So quite a few released this week from Idiot Films. Of course, there was the wonderful Taxi Hunter. This, of course, and Jean-Claude Van Damme's Double Impact finally makes it to Blu-ray. All of which I will have put videos out on my channel for. But here we go with The Postman Fights Back, also known as The Postman Strikes Back. Let's see, directed by Ronny Yu, produced, of course, by Raymond Chow for Golden Harvest. Stars Chow Yun Fat, Leung Kar Yan, Sherry Chung, Eddy Ko's in there, Yun Yat Chor, Fan Mei Sheng, of course, Fan Mei Sheng, who is the wonderful Fan Su Wong's father, with the pair sharing the screen in Story of Ricky, where you would recognize them together. And of course then you've got fight action from the Yuen Clan, Yun Shun Yi and Brandy Yu in there. And I suppose Yun Wu Ping and Yun Chung Yan indirectly. No doubt we're on set helping out there. But I just love this. And I think this cover for me is absolutely what the film is all about, rather than that. It's very, very boring in comparison. But this is just fecking gorgeous. Look at that. Love the red going through there and those icy cold colours. Fantastic. Love it. Such a great movie. Oh, let me just take this in for a second, please. Oh, okay. Special edition includes a limited edition slipcase and double-sided fold-out poster. Happy friggin' days. High definition 1080p Blu-ray. Again, no, not stating if there's a 2 or 4K restoration, but still glad that it is in full high definition. Presentation of the Hong Kong cut featuring original Cantonese mono with English subtitles. Export cut featuring English 5.1 DTS HDMA and English mono with alternate score. Audio commentary with Frank Zheng and director Ronny Yu on the Hong Kong cut. Wonderful. Audio commentary by Frank Zheng on the Hong Kong cut. 2 Frank Zheng commentaries there. Audio commentary with Stephen Hammond on the export cut. I do believe that that is possibly the same audio commentary that was released here on the Hong Kong Legends DVD. Then we have an archive interview with Chow Yun Fat, and 2 archive interviews with Leung Kar Yan, again both possibly from the Hong Kong Legends DVD there. Archive interview with Ronny Yu. That Fat Samurai Guy interviews Ronny Yu. Don't know who that is, but excited to check it out. Really am a huge fan of Ronny Yu. Fantastic director and a wonderful villain, of course, in Liddy Reporter, The Blonde Fury, Above the Law 2, etc, etc. Original Hong Kong trailer stills gallery, reversible cover with new artwork by Sean Longmore and original Hong Kong poster art. Wonderful. 90 minutes on the Hong Kong cut, 89 minutes on the export cut, interestingly enough. of course, English subtitles, 1982. I mean, wow. I just can't imagine that film being that old, really. That's crazy. Region A and B, so of course our friends across the water can get their hands on it. That's much smarter to do 88 films rather than releasing one film here and another film over there that we aren't allowed to have, and I'm just being greedy, but that's just how it is. Okay, inside the film steps out in another gorgeous black case here with Sean's artwork gracing the front yet again. I just love these black. I love the black on these releases here. This again, like I mentioned with Magic Cop and Taxi Hunter, is a much slimmer case. Definitely a much thinner case to what we are used to seeing with the likes of Jackie Chan's releases, their Jet Li ones, and even their Van Damme stuff there. It's a much thinner release, which I'm all for because I'm totally running out of space on both my shelves and walls for posters. So I'm all for like bringing that in a bit. Let me crack this open. Of course, we have the poster inside and a gorgeous, gorgeous disc here with more of Sean's artwork, as you can see. Very, very happy with that. Absolutely stunning. Let me slip out the cover first of all. Okay, my mouth's watering because I'm so excited to get in and watch it. Here we have Sean's artwork on one side, and of course then the same artwork that's on the disc graces the back cover of this with the original Hong Kong artwork here, as you can see. I think it's a fantastic film. It's really underrated. I think Chow Yun Fat is wonderful in it. Definitely a bit bizarre to see him doing kung fu action at this stage. Whenever for years we were so used to seeing him with a gun. Of course, Crouching Tiger really changed a lot of that. But I think he's fantastic in it. And of course, Leung Kar Yan. I don't like calling him Brian Leung when you see that name. It just doesn't work for me. Leung Kar Yan though is incredible, and he rarely fails to impress. Wonderful actor, wonderful kung fu star for a guy that really didn't train in martial arts. Okay, popping this open. Oh dear Lord, Sean, look at that. Is just friggin' gorgeous. I'm really pushed for putting I'm going to start sticking stuff up above, I think. Of course, we're going to be moving pretty soon, so this whole studio setup is going to have to come down. But here we have on the other side, which I kind of like. I do like this Hong Kong artwork, but that is just absolutely worth putting in a frame. Oh my God, without a doubt. How exciting. Okay. Brilliant. I am going to put on the DVD for 10 minutes just to let that quality sink in. I don't have another Blu-ray version of this to put it up against. So 10 minutes of this to let that sink in. Just so that when I do pop this on, it is going to blow me away. And I know it is because 88 rarely fail to impress with their restorations and what they're putting out there. So there we go. Postman Fights back. I will be back very, very soon to let you know what I think. So just back after checking out the 88 Films Blu-ray release of Ronny Yu's Postman Fights back. What a fantastic ride this was. Definitely the best quality I've ever seen this movie in. This is probably Ronny's third production as a director. You can see that he's still kind of trying to find his way there, but does an amazing job. Not as packed with fight action that I remember it being. Maybe that was just something that excited me more so 20 years ago, but just very well put together. There's a lot going on there. A lot of it's shot in Korea, which I now recognize, and which was confirmed then later through the interviews, which I'll talk about in a wee minute. But definitely a wonderful high definition print there. Again, I don't believe it is 2 or 4K restored. It didn't blow me away as such, but when you please again check out the trailer first of all, the original trailer there, it's unrestored. So when you watch that first and see that kind of original quality of how it did look, and then jump into the HD movie, you will see the work put into it and the cleanup there. It is fan-friggin-tastic to see in that clean, pristine glory. Absolutely. I did watch the Hong Kong print in its original language version with English subtitles. I've yet to go back and watch the export version or any of them with their audio commentaries. That said, first of all, trying to navigate the menu, not very difficult, just a little confusing. It gives you the choice to select a cut, which is fair enough, but it doesn't give you a play button, it doesn't give you the option to play, and the only way I could find to play the movie was to select my language options or my commentary option, and then my subtitle option, and once you've selected on or off for your subtitle option, then the movie will play. So there's no direct play button, but you'll figure it out. So yes, gotta go back, check out the export version and the commentaries, of course, which I will. Now, the archival Chow Yun Fat interview. This is an interview I've seen many times. It's a wee bit older, I think, just kind of taken around his replacement killer days, possibly when he was making that Hollywood break. Runs for around just over 7 minutes in length, possibly, but a cool interview. If you haven't seen it before, it's a cool interview to sit through and listen to. He's such a charming person, such a cool guy, and I really enjoyed it. Then you've got the Leung Kar Yan interview part 1, which actually was a lot of fun. This would be the newer, I'd imagine. I think it's a Hong Kong Legends one. It's a newer interview of the two Leung Kar Yan interviews that are on there. Runs for just under 8 minutes in length. It's very fun, actually. It's good to hear him talk. He's quite a memory on this movie, and talks about how bad the food was, the shooting in Korea, how bad the weather was. It's quite interesting to listen to him talk about that. And he does the same similarly in the second interview, in the Leung Kar Yan interview part 2. It runs a wee bit longer, at about 9 minutes or so. And it's a bit of an older interview, but he kind of covers a lot of the same stuff there. But again, very interesting. I did not know that Cherry Chung had broken her leg during production and things like that. So there's a lot of little bits of trivia and side notes that he brings up, which was pretty cool to see. Then you've got the Ronny Yu interview. You have 2 Ronny Yu interviews in here. You've got the Ronny Yu interview, which runs for about 8 minutes. Pretty cool to see, actually. Again, I'm a big fan of Ronny Yu. He's been on to do some incredible stuff from his early days right through to even his work in Hollywood is always highly entertaining. He hasn't done a lot in a while, I have to say. I think Fearless and Saving General Yang were two of his later ones there. So I don't think I've seen too much from him lately. Then you've got the second interview with him. You've got the YouTuber, the Fat Samurai, and I believe that's right. Yep, the Fat Samurai guy interviews Ronny Yu, but also Frank Jiang is a part of that interview as well. So it's an online interview. You've got the 3 of them on screen there, which is pretty cool, again, to see. Very interesting, very short, runs 10-15 minutes. It wasn't too long of an interview. I know, of course, when he states, when it starts, the Fat Samurai states how they only have a small window here to get this interview done. So by the time, it was an interesting one. It was an interesting one for sure. But definitely good, again, to hear Ronnie's views on the movie and on his career. He looks well. This seems to be a pretty recent interview, maybe not this year, but it seems to be a pretty recent interview. And it was fun to watch, absolutely. So then you've also got your stills gallery, and as I say, the unrestored Hong Kong trailer, which you should check out before you watch any of the cuts on here, because that HD print is gorgeous. So there we go. Anyway, out this week, along with Taxi Hunter and Double Impact from Idiot Films, and definitely gets a double thumbs up from me, and super glad to have this in my collection. So thank you once again for watching another video here on Invincible Asia. Don't forget you can check out hundreds of others here on the channel. You can also show your continued support by heading over to my new merch store, or by checking out invincibleasia.com, where you can read my full movie reviews, and follow me on Instagram @InvincibleAsia. Until next time though, enjoy your Kung Fu, and I will see you soon.